If you're looking for the best dartboard, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on the features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Winmo Blade 5 Bristle Dartboard. Immediately, let's look at the most popular option on the market, the Winmo Blade 5 Bristle Dartboard. With an endorsement from the British Darts Organization, this is a high-quality bristle board. The spider wire is 14% thinner than their previous model, which not only increases the scoring area, but also limits the chance of deflection away from the board, even if you do hit it. The triple wheel lock and level system makes it very easy to mount the board in a variety of areas, and remarkably simple to move about if you decide you'd rather have it on another wall. The razor wiring that separates the sections is also much thinner than on the Blade 4 and has moved from a 90-degree angle to a 60-degree angle, making it more likely to guide the dart into the board. Similarly, they have used carbon diffusion technology for the bullseye ring, making it about 20% stronger than before. If there was something I could nitpick about this board, it would be nice if they had pre-drilled holes for the mounting feet to make it a bit simpler to get it set up the first time. It's not too onerous, but rather my being spoiled by an otherwise excellent board, which is drastically better than its predecessor and genuinely better than the vast majority of dart boards currently available on the market anywhere. If you're just playing for fun and know you want a simple yet solid dartboard, this is what you'll want. Moving on to the next at number 2 with TG Champion Tournament Bristle Dartboard. Look, the Winmo Blade 5 and most other dartboards are not expensive by any means. But if you've never played darts before and just want to give it your best shot, the TG Champion is quite a bit cheaper and good enough for someone getting started. It's less than half the price and branded as a tournament dart board, which I'd say is a massive stretch, but nonetheless, the board is better than 95% of what you'll find at your local Walmart or even on Amazon. So why have they branded it as a tournament dart board? Because theoretically, you could use it as such. It matches the tournament size requirements, being exactly 18 in diameter and having a 175 wide frame. Like most tourney options, it also has a staple-free bullseye to avoid bounce outs and an extra slim spider wire. There's nothing more frustrating than hitting the wires and watching your dart bounce out. This allows you to maximize your score in every game. Being a bristle dartboard, it's made out of Sisal fibers that are self-healing. This means the board will last you a couple of years with moderate play, unlike cork or wood boards that'd be full of holes by then. These will close up as the fibers self-heal. Another perk is that you can use both steel tip darts as well as soft tip darts on this. People have also reported using it for knife throwing, but we wouldn't recommend it. The healing capabilities are not that amazing and you'll damage the board quite quickly. Going through online reviews, you'll see a few people complaining about the bullseye being too hard to stick to on the TG Champion. But this is not true. The odds are high that people are using cheap plastic darts not made for bristle boards, and then blaming the board. You'll be better off investing in a set of tungsten steel tip darts. Not only will they stick better, but having darts with proper weight and optimized flights will make a huge difference in your aim. Overall, this is a really solid choice for most people, but if you don't have budget concerns, you can get a fair bit more quality and longevity out of the Blade 5. The number 3 position is held by Hypershot King Sisal Bristle Steel Tip Dart Board with staple-free bullseye. The Hypershot King is a pretty good board with a lot to recommend it. For example, this is a staple-free bullseye board, meaning that the spider is not attached to the board at the bullseye like it often is with boards in this price range. Instead, it's attached at the sides and free to move about as necessary to prevent concentrated damage. The sector wires are reasonably thin, though not as much as the Blade 5 above, and have rounded rather than triangular sides. This wouldn't be as much of a problem if the wire wasn't also very soft. meaning that sharper darts not only bounce off of them, rather than deflecting into the board, but it also tends to bend the spider more than is normal for a board of this type. It's quite similar to the TG Champion outline above, so choosing between them is mostly personal preference. Next, at number 4 we have Hyper Hudson, Sisal Bristle, Steel Tip, Dartboard, and Cabinet Bundle. If you're going to go with a Viper dartboard, it's worth the extra money to go for the Cabinet Bundle. The anchor for this is the Shot King Bristle board, which, as mentioned above, is good quality, but again you run into the problem with the spider being too thick, encouraging bounce outs. If you're looking to train yourself to only aim for the center of a scoring section, and don't mind a lot of frustration, the Hudson Sisal might be the way to go, but it will still be a bit annoying. What makes this still worth the price is the cabinet, which is absolutely beautiful. The dark wood pub-style case looks good both open and closed. The cricket scoring table on the right flap is a nice touch and helpful. Further, I really liked the dart storage spots in the main portion of it. We were able to fit in 32 different pairs of darts in there, so you won't need to worry about compatibility. It's almost a better approach to buy the cabinet, then get a better dartboard, or look into a replacement spider with thinner wire, which won't cause as many bounce outs. The number 5 position is held by Viper League Pro Sisal Bristle, Steel Tip Dartboard with staple-free, bullseye, and cricket scoreboard. The Viper League Pro is a bit of an improvement on the Shot King Spider, but then it finds other ways to be a problem. It still has radial sector wire rather than triangular, but at least it's thinner than the Shot King version, so there were fewer bounce outs. However, this time the spider is stapled to the board. There's a staple-free bullseye, but otherwise the sections are secured in place. The Sisal fibers are still very high quality and tightly packed, though they're painted instead of dyed, which means they don't heal as easily as they otherwise could. That being said, there wasn't much damage even after 6 hours of playing. Another advantage is that it is cross-platform and can easily take both steel-tipped and soft-tipped darts. Both work equally well on the surface, which should last for a while. The number 6 position is dominated by Cricket Pro 900 by Arachnid. While we're bigger fans of traditional darts, electronic dartboards have their place, and Arachnid is one of the best manufacturers out there, with the Cricket Pro 900 being their flagship. On the gaming side, I've been surprised at how accurate it is at keeping score. This is my main frustration with other similar options, but the Cricket Pro 900 rarely makes mistakes. You can also use the board with up to 8 people, and it keeps score 4 for teams. Out of the box, it comes with 48 different games. Most come with 40, which will keep you or your guests busy for a long time. Not only that, some games can be repurposed easily for additional variations. All of the audio-related features also have a volume control, as well as a mute option for when your spouse starts to complain. You'll have to handle your friend's volume differently, though. Lastly, everything is included in the Arachnid Cricket Pro 900. There's 6 soft-tip darts that are actually okay quality, some extra tips, an AC adapter, mounting hardware for a quick setup, a boring user manual, and instructions for all of the games included. Overall, it's a solid addition to any home, game room, office, or even bar. Thumbs up from us. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Barrington Collection Bristle Dartboard Cabinet Set. The Barrington Collection Bristle Dartboard Cabinet Set is probably the highest quality option we've seen on the market after testing dozens of different brands and boards. It's clear they are not skimping out on the materials used. They claim to use A-grade Sisal, which does, in fact, feel a lot denser than most other boards. This means darts stick a lot better and heal up to a larger extent. The cabinet has a slick design with 5 different customization options, all made out of fine guswood veneer. Our recommended model also comes with LED lights above the game to highlight the craftsmanship and improve gameplay. It has been approved for tournament play. It's exactly 17.75 in size. Has a staple-free bullseye and a durable yet thin number ring. This is the board we're going to be using for the annual Above House Cricket Tourney. The number 8 position is held by WIN.MAX Electronic Dartboard. While the Arachnid Cricket Pro 900 is definitely a better option, it may be out of budget for some people. The WIN WIN.MAX boasts a horrendous name, but is actually a fairly decent board, especially considering the low price it has. By default it comes with 21 different games, and over 65 variations of them, ranging from the traditional options like 300 won and cricket to more fun games like Killer, Scram, or Shove a Penny. They've also got a manual that includes all of the rules and tutorials. The LCD display is a bit small, so you may have to walk up to the board a bit more often to keep track of scores properly, but you'll likely be doing that anyway when collecting the darts. Similarly to the Cricket Pro, you're limited to 4 individual players, but if structuring the game into teams, you'd effectively be able to play with 8 people at most. What I like most is that it has a wide catch ring, meaning if you miss the board, the darts will still stick to the outside, and you won't have to collect them from the floor, unless your aim is that bad. Overall, the WIN.MAX is a solid option whether you're on a budget or not. Next, at number 9 we have Centerpoint Solid Wood Dartboard Cabinet. While the Centerpoint is marketed as a solid wood option, it's not actually a wooden dartboard in the traditional sense, which is a good thing. Dartboards themselves used to be made out of solid wood, but they would not heal properly after playing, and this would need to be replaced quite often. The Centerpoint comes with a solid wood construction for the cabinet itself, with a dark cherry finish that gives it a nice and elegant look. The design is definitely the main draw for this product. The board itself is made out of 18-inch Sisal fiber, which means it heals itself properly and helps avoid bounce-offs from darts. To make it even better, the target frame is rounded to further minimize bounces and poor throws. They've also included 2 sets of steel-tip darts that are of decent quality, using nylon dart flights. We'd prefer to upgrade these, but they are fine for most folks. Scoring is easy thanks to the 2 dry erase trackers mounted on the sides of the cabinet doors, and there's a convenient little tray for your darts themselves. Overall, we're happy with the Centerpoint Solid Wood Dartboard Cabinet and have no problem recommending it if the design fits your man cave. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by DMI Sports Deluxe Dartboard Cabinet Set. The DMI Sports Deluxe Dartboard Cabinet Set is one of the most popular options for people who play in tournaments, and with good reason. It is incredibly cheap for the value you're getting, and it fits all of the requirements of professional and tournament games. It's exactly 18 inches in size and 1 thick, made out of the highest quality Sisal fibers. The cabinet itself is not the best looking, but if your goal is to practice, it won't matter as much. It's more of a design element than anything. There are a few reviews complaining about the thing falling apart, but ours was well built and has held up over hours of testing and messing around with it. The doors are also quite bulky, which is nice to protect your walls, but may be annoying if you're lacking space. Both of the doors have replaceable chalk scoreboards on them, as well as a place to keep your chalk and dart sets. Lastly, the DMI Sports Deluxe set does come with 2 sets of darts as well, but if you're a serious player, we'd recommend upgrading to proper tungsten darts. That's all for today. We upload outdoor product review videos every single day, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.